love that sound every bloody morning. Not that sound, because we are running low on fuel, so we've got to go and do some fueling and go and fuel up the RS. But welcome to today's video, everyone. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your weekends. I'm just about to go and get the car some fuel. But I wanted to make a video for you all, and today's video is going to be about the top 5 things that I love about my 400 brake Focus RS. So I'm going to wait for the car to warm up. I'm going to get some fuel. I'm going to go and have a little chat. So, right, it is really icy today, by the way. Love coming out the driveway. Not at the morning though. My neighbours must absolutely hate me because I get up at about 5:30 to drive to work. And obviously not that fun. It's not actually that fun at the moment because the sun is beaming. So I've got, yeah, let's have a chat about some of the things that I love. We're not going to do this in a particular order. We're going to do it in an order that I guess I feel like. And so I think for me, one of the things I really like about the Focus RS, and I think probably a lot of people who own them do as well, is the boost gauges, which are just along the front, just behind the camera here, which I'll show in another shot. But these boost gauges are really, really good for kind of seeing the turbo bar, the oil pressure, the oil temperature, because then you know not to, you should know not to boot your car cold anyway, but you know, it's always good to wait for the oil pressure to go down on the bar temp, and then on the actual temperature of the oil as well, before you actually give it a bit of a boom. Well, not a boom, a bit of a hoon, as we shall say. But yes, it's just one of them things which I really, really like. I think it gives a nice aesthetic sort of look to the car, and it's something which you can actually keep your eye on as well, because there's not a lot of cars that actually tell you these sort of things. Like my old ST200 didn't have anything like that. I didn't know what the oil temperature ever was. I didn't know what the pressure gauge was on it, in terms of the pressure. So yeah, it was something I never got to see. So you know, with the RS being the car that it is, well, you're an absolute plonker. You know, it's nice to have, and you can kind of see the boost build up, and yeah, I just think it's a nice aesthetic sort of feel to the car, and kind of makes it feel that extra bit sporty. So I think the second thing for me that I really like is the bucket seats, the Recaros. Obviously I had the Recaros in my ST200, and yeah, it was they were good. They were heated, which was always nice, and these aren't, unfortunately. But they did not hug me in as much as these do. Like I'm quite a big guy, like height wise. I'm about 6'1". That's probably about an average height for men nowadays, really, isn't it? But yeah, it hugged me in tight. I like the kind of seating position on it. I'm quite lucky in the sense that when I bought the car, it had the JCR Developments lowering kit for the actual passenger seat and the driver's seat. So these did get a bit of stick when they first came out. People said they were too high, but you know, luckily for me, they've been lowered, so it sits really nicely. I feel like I'm moving with the car, not kind of on top of it, and you kind of feel planted. You don't feel like you're going to fall out or anything like that. Not like you're going to fall out of seat, but you know what I mean. You're not going to kind of move about too much. And yeah, it holds you in. I find them really comfy. My girlfriend does not think they're comfy at all. She prefers my old ones. But you know, these are sturdy. They're there to keep you in place, not let you move around too much, which is exactly what they do. So yeah, that's the second thing I really, really do like about it. 25 miles to empty. So yeah, we're just going to head to Tesco's and get filled up with the lovely RON 99 Momentum. And that's actually a good question I'd like to ask everyone. If you own an RS or a hot hatch, or actually any car in particular, what do you fill it up with? I fill mine up with Momentum 99 pretty much 100% of the time. I will rarely ever put 95 RON in here, only if I have to, because they might have run out elsewhere and I don't have enough fuel to get anywhere else. So you know, for me, it's always been the RON 99 Momentum. I think that's what this car's been designed to run with anyway. Obviously you've got Shell V-Power as well. I've put about 10 pounds of that in this car. Didn't notice that much of a difference, but you know, you're not really going to when you're putting that little amount in and not using it very frequently. But yeah, I'd be intrigued to understand what you guys put in it. what put in your cars and kind of how they perform differently, if they do. I've heard from scientific research online and stuff like that, that it really doesn't make any difference at all. It's very, very marginal, and a lot of it is more of the kind of placebo effect of, you know, having that more expensive fuel in the car. So yeah, that's one thing, I guess, and kind of probably explains why people feel slightly different when they put in a higher price fuel. They're expecting it to be better, so they automatically think it's better. But yeah, it's a weird one with that sort of situation. But anyway, we're just about to fuel up, so I will come back to the video after I've got some fuel in the tank. Right, so that is us filled up. £60 down the drain. All for 289 miles. Fuel economy of this is not great. I will do a separate video on that at some point. This leads me on to talk to you about my third thing that I love about this car. It's the sound. Obviously it's running the Mountune V3 exhaust system, which sounds much better than the stock. So obviously you've got normal mode. You can probably hear a little bit now. We will put it into sport mode, just to kind of but obviously the car hasn't warmed up too much, so changing up quite early in the gears. But you can just see it kind of goes off like a little rocket, really. You kind of up to speed quickly, and it sounds good. I can't really ask too much more, really, from the car. I love the way it sounds. You know, let's drop it down to. Oh, there you go. You can hear the pops and bangs in the back. As we drop that down into third as we go around the roundabout, and we cut the roundabout up a little bit in tight. Obviously it's a bit icy today. Now oh, love it. It just sounds so good. You know, even when you're in 6th gear and you're just kind of like poodling along and you're just like, oh, just want to drop it a little bit. There you go. It's so good. Puts such a smile on my face just listening to it all the time. You know, you don't even need to go quick. It's just the soundtrack behind it that's there you go. It's just ridiculous. And obviously, with the sound, something two of the things I want to talk to you about, which kind of lead me on to the last points, are the all-wheel drive system in these are absolutely obscene by GKN. They're not built to be ridiculously quick in a straight line, but these all-wheel drive systems are perfectly suited for track sort of use in these cars and, you know, British B roads, because the way that it delivers the power, stupid Mini drivers, honestly. The way that it delivers the power out of the corners is just ridiculous. So I'm going to go and take it down a little B road, the usual one that we take it down. Go and have a little bit of a play, not too much, because it is rather icy and the car still needs to warm up a little bit more. But it's, yeah, the all-wheel drive system in these is insane. So stock will push you from 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, which isn't bad for a stock motor with an all-wheel drive system, which isn't built to be going particularly quick. It's meant to be going quick into corners, not in a straight line. It's not like an Audi RS3, which is very, as you would say, linear. Yeah, so they're not built to be going quick in straight lines. They're meant to be quick around a track, and I don't think any hot hatch can beat this thing in handling. I think its closest competitor probably is a Honda Civic Type R. Audi RS3, stuff like that, too well defined. Or yeah, pretty much too well defined. And the A45, good car, sounds nice, quick. Don't think it's as good as this around a track. But yeah, again, it all depends on the driver, which is down to most things nowadays. It's not always about the tools that you have, it's about you as yourself. Jesus Christ, it's bumpy. Yeah, that is one thing that is pretty, well, it's not not bad. It's quite a fun ride, but that's something I'll talk about in another video. But yeah, let's go and take this for a little bit of a play to talk about the handling and the all-wheel drive system. So you can just power into corners. We're going to get stuck behind a car, but the way this thing just rips all the time, and we are stuck behind a slow poke, so we're not going to have too much fun. But you know, like, you can just have so much fun in these. You can just power into corners, and the handling on it is just so well set up. But that's the thing where the people complain about the tram lining. But unfortunately, with a car like this, that's why you get it, is because it is so well defined in terms of handling. You get a lot of feedback, which just tends to be the way with these sort of things. I know I was speaking to a couple of people who own other cars that are kind of on the same sort of boat. You know, they're meant for speed in corners and quick and light, and they get the same sort of issues. You know, there's a fair few cars on the market that do that, but that's what people buy these things for, to be put on their edge. Well, not on their edge, but you know, puts them on edge. You know, when you're driving it, you want it to make you feel kind of like, crap, I actually need to be in control. And you know, this is what this thing does. You can just power out of the corners and shoot up, and just, oh, I love it. You can't really beat this thing, you know. And I was reading a review recently. Someone was saying that, I think it was on there we go. You know, these things are just ludicrous for handling it. They're just so quick around the country roads. You know, even in fifth gear, you can just keep it planted well within the lines. Up and down the gears. There we go. And it just takes it so well. Second gear is a bit of a crazy one for this, because there you go, it's a bit wet there. Hear it popping along and popping, and this thing just eats it up. It loves it, absolutely loves it, and this is what this thing was made for, and that's why I love it. It is just so fun, but you really have to be on edge with it. You've got to be careful and cautious, otherwise it will bite your hand off. And that's where these all-wheel drive systems and handling is just so good on these. There we go. And yeah, they're just ridiculous. You can't beat these things, I swear. I was reading a review as I was getting on to say that it was by one of these like car magazine things, and they were saying that around a B road in Britain, the only thing that could probably be better than this on a country road is the Audi R8 V10 Plus. They were saying that, and they were even saying that the R8 wouldn't be able to lose this. It'd still be, you know, right up its backside. But that states something, you know, for a car which costs, you know, the Audi R8's got double the power of this. It's running like 600 brake horsepower. It's two-seater. It's set up like a sports car, or a supercar, if anything. But it is a supercar. This is a hot hatch. It's a family car. These things are, you know, set up to give people the thrills of them sort of cars, but at a fraction of the cost. Yeah, these things are just crazy. You know, the price for one of these, you know, you probably can pick them up for like 20 grand now, just over 20 grand. Probably stock, I don't know, you won't get many modified for that price, I don't think, but yeah, they're just ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous cars. They're bonkers, they're fun. I don't know any car you can probably have as much fun in these, you know, as you can in these. It's just donkulous. It's a bit windy as well, but take a nice chilled out drive back. But yeah, they are like the top 5 things I love about this car. The handling, the sound, the seats, the boost gauges, the all-wheel drive system. It's just, it all kind of adds up to be what it is, and you know, I think Ford have done a really good job with these. It's a shame obviously with the issues that they had. I can't see any of it. It really is a shame with the issues they have with the engine, but you know, these things happen. But to push out, you know, 345 brake horsepower stock out of a 2.3 litre 4-pot engine, I don't think it's bad. You know, when Audi have got a 2.5, you know, 5-cylinder engine pushing out 400, it's really not that bad. It's probably as I've expected. You know, I think it's one of them engines that does pack a punch. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't think you can really beat this as a hot hatch in terms of fun. You know, I remember speaking to Steph and he was like, I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did. I think it's a great car. You know, and he's coming from, you know, a small Alpha 4C. You know, he's used to them sort of, you know, low down, sort of nimble cars, and for him to say something about this car is great as well. Just, the thing is, you don't even need to rev it that hard to, it puts such a massive grin on my face, like every time I drive this thing, even to work. And you know, you get the idiots that think, oh, it's a Ford, I can outdo that in my BM or Audi, and it's like, yeah, I'll let you think that until we get onto the straight. Even on the straights, this thing's quick against down. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you have enjoyed, which I hope you have, then please hit the subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me. I am on the road to trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so every subscriber counts, every like counts, and every share counts. So if you can, share it with your friends, you know, tag your friends in it, like the video, share the video. But yeah, you know, any support is always very, very gratefully appreciated by myself. And yeah, if you want to chat with me, you can obviously follow me on Instagram, and you can also join my Discord server, which is like a gaming server, but I kind of use it as a chat place to chat with my subscribers and followers and stuff. So that's fun, and you should definitely join in. So yeah, also one last thing, which I haven't actually mentioned before. If you guys are interested in supporting me in the future, obviously these things cost a lot of money to do and run fuel wise. I do have channel memberships enabled now, which basically means you can pay a subscription fee. I think it's about £4.99 a month, and that enables you to get early access to my videos. But mainly it's just to support me as a creator, to help create these things, these videos, and kind of power on with, you know, more modifications, because they're not cheap. I'm not going to be them people that are saying, oh yeah, I'm not asking for your money and stuff. I'm not asking for your money, but you know, I'm more than open to having the support in the future from you guys. If that's something you guys would like to do, then massively appreciate it. If you don't, then don't worry about it, but it's just there if you do want to help out with these sort of things. So I appreciate every single one of you, and I will catch up with you in the next video. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.